भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. वैतथ्य प्रकरणम कारिका नंबर 15 अव्यक्ता एव येन्तस्तु स्फुटा एव च ये बहिः कल्पिता एव ते सर्वे विशेषस्त्विन्द्रियान्तरे Gaudapadacharya, commenting upon the 7th mantra, a word which occurs in the 7th mantra, that is prapanchopashamam. Prapanchopashamam means this entire universe is not absolutely real. Prapanchaha, the world or universe. Upashamam means mithya. Upanishad use only one word. But how we can understand this? How can we say this entire Jagat is unreal? For that, Gaudapadacharya writes this Vaitathya Prakaranam. Vaitathya means mithya. A Prakaranam in which the world is falsified. Vitatasya bhavaha Vaitathyam. A Prakaranam in which the entire universe is falsified. Mithyatva nischayaha. Unreality of the world has to be established. When we want to establish that, an objectionist comes. He raises so many arguments. Because of this reason, world is real. Because of this reason, world is real. So every argument Gaudapadacharya has to negate. From 7th Karika onwards, first argument the Purapakshi gives is Saprayojanata. There is utility in this universe. Prayojanam is there. How can you compare this universe, Jagrat Prapancha, Swapnavat? First 2-3 Karikas, Gaudapadacharya compared this world with dream. Dream objects are not useful, whereas Jagrat Prapancha is useful, therefore it is real. First objection, that Gaudapadacharya has negated, even though it has got prayojanam, just as your waking world has got prayojanam, my dream world has also got prayojanam in dream. Don't say dream is useless. Dream is useful for a dreamer. Therefore, your waking world is useful for you. Dreamer ke dream world is useful. Therefore, utility is not the criteria to establish the reality of the world. Ruled out. First objection ruled out. Second objection in 8th Karika, apurvasthani dharmaha. Uniqueness is the criterion to establish the reality of the world. Unique experience we have in this world. So therefore all unique experiences are real, you say. For that Gaudapada Acharya says, unique experience, extraordinary experience is also a experience. Every experience is mithya, drishyatvad. Every drishyam experience is unreal. Therefore, uniqueness cannot be the criteria to establish the reality of the world. And 9th Karika, third objection, he says, Swapnavrittavapitu antaha. These dream objects are projected by the mind, they are inside, therefore unreal. Whereas that objective world is outside, we are seeing outside, therefore they are bahihi, therefore they are real. Externality is the criteria to establish the reality of the world. For that Gaudapada Acharya gives the 10th Karika, especially for that example, the Ashtanta, Jagrat Vrittavapitu Antahan. The dream objects are projected by the mind, you are telling, therefore they are unreal. Whereas these Jagrat objects are outside real. Acharya says, even Jagrat Prapancha objects are also projected by the mind only. They are all in the mind only. Therefore they cannot be real. Jagrat world is also unreal. Then he goes to 13th Karika for 4th objection. Chittakala hi entastu dvayakalascha ye bahihi. In this 14th Karika, the objects are within are having subjective existence, he says. When we see the dream, it is having subjective existence. Dream, objects I see, therefore it is having subjective existence. To me only it is there. My dream is only for me, not for others. Whereas this objective world universe is not only for me, it is available for my near and dear people also, outside people also it is available. Therefore it is real, he says. That is not the criteria. You cannot give such a statement to establish the reality of the world. Both are na anya hetukaha. Both of them are depending upon the person who is perceiving. The perceives sthani dharmaha. They are all depending upon the subject only. They are not real. They are dependently existing upon the observer. So therefore, world is depending upon the observer. Observer is more real than observed. Therefore, observed world cannot be real, absolute. And fifth objection, 15th Karika he gives. What is the 14th? Have you followed it? All are very, very subtle. Yatu ekakalam tatu mithya. 14th, fourth objection. Yatu dvayakalam. Pratyabhigna is possible in where Jagrat Prapancha. Recognition is possible. You remember the last class? I hope you recollect now. You recognize. Can you recognize your last class? Recognition is the criteria. Who says? Purvapakshi says. Last, what happened yesterday or morning, I recollect. Pratyabhigna is there. Collection and recollection. Anubhavaha and Pratyabhigna is possible in Jagrat. Dvayakalam asti. Past tense, present tense. Dvayakalam asti. Whereas dream, yesterday's, whatever you have seen, what example I gave, when you are pulling a person from the well in the dream, suppose half of the distance you have pulled him, and you have woken up suddenly. Once you have woken up, I have left him in a halfway distance. Let me pull again today the dream in the night. Is it possible? Pratyabhigna is possible. Recognition is possible. You cannot pull the thread back. What happened? You cannot do that. Correct, no? Purapakshi, what he says. Therefore, dream is unreal. Jagrat is real, he says. For that, Gaudapada Acharya says that is not right. Ekakalam, Dvikalam, everything is mithya only. Okay? Everything is mithya. For that he says their distinction is not, is the reason to prove that this is real. You cannot prove that. No. Next, 15th, he says, final objection, sputatvam. Jagrat prapancha is clear than swapnaha. Sputatvam is the reason to establish the reality of the world. That also Gaudapada Acharya negates. You cannot say the sputatvam also, all of them are kalpitam. They are all superimposed, projected by the self alone. The distinction, the sputatvam is because of sense organs, because of instruments. The disparity in the instruments what you use. Here is a very high logic he uses. What is the logic? Fifth one. Sputatvam, clarity, what you are talking. Clarity is the criteria. Dream, there is no clarity. Vagueness is there. In Jagrat, there is a clarity. If it is not there clarity, we use chashma, spectacles. Further, powerful spectacles we use. Therefore, it has got clarity. So, dream and Jagrat, you cannot say it is the same. Purapakshi's objection. For that, Gaudapada Acharya says, this clarity, sputatvam, is only because of your sense organs power. Suppose you are having X-ray eyes. X-ray eyes, that X-ray has got a powerful capacity to even take your photo of internal bones. Like X-ray eyes you have got, what you do, you study about atoms only. Your eyes are like X-ray, you study only atoms. You never enjoy the world. You always look at the atoms. Your eyes are so powerful, therefore your eyes go always look into the atoms, molecules, particles. Like that, one wife, scientist wife, asked her husband. Scientists always, they don't bother about family. They always sit in that laboratory. So one day she asked her husband, see, you always going to office, and laboratory, you are sitting all the time. You are not bothering about me. Just she is crying. So, are you not looking at my tears? You are not looking at my tears, she asked. I am looking at your tears. I know they are only nothing but H2O. H2O. Hydrogen, oxygen, mixture, water. This is what scientist can see. He cannot see her feelings, internal, heartfelt feelings. One day she asked, do you remember this wedding ring, what you have given to me that day? I know this is metal. Metal, mixed with some copper gold. If she don't divorce, he is fortunate, that's all. If she won't divorce, he is fortunate. But Indian wives, they don't divorce easily. Anyhow, why I am telling, if you have extraordinary sensory perception, you can get sputum, clarity in seeing the things. For that, Gaudapada Acharya says only one Karika. Upon that, Shankaracharya writes commentary. Two reasons he gives, beautiful reasons. I will give that reason and we'll go to the next Karika. This interpretation, it is Sputam, this is clear, this is unique, this is externality, this is so many things you are giving reasons. All these are based on interpreter. I am the interpreter. I am interpreting the world. It is unique. It has utility. It has got externality. It has clarity. It has dvayakala, past tense and present tense also it exists. All these who are talking, who is interpreting, with what you are interpreting. I am interpreting. How you are interpreting? Because I use my sense organs, I interpret, I get the knowledge. What knowledge? Utility knowledge, uniqueness knowledge, externality knowledge, clarity knowledge. World is clear, world is unique, world is having utility. All these you are interpreting with your instruments. With your instruments. Whatever you interpret based on your instruments, you are interpreting and getting the knowledge of the world. Clear? When you talk about a person, he is so and so, he is like this, he is like this. When you are talking, based on what? Based on either your sense organs of action, sense organs of knowledge, or mind or intellect. All karanams you are using, instruments you are using. That means your knowledge, your interpretation, depending upon what? Highly, your interpretation is supported by your instruments. Knock off your instruments. Knock off your instruments. No knowledge of the world. No knowledge of the world. Once you knock off your instruments, your knowledge about the universe depending upon the instruments that which you are using, then only you are interpreting the world. That means the interpreter using instruments, the instruments are giving the knowledge about the world. Therefore you say world is unique, clear. World is all these statements what you are talking about universe are depending upon the instruments. Instruments are used by whom? Me, the pramata. Instruments cannot function by themselves. Instruments has to be used by the person. I am the one who is using the instruments to get the knowledge of the world. Clarity, sputam, anything for that matter. That means instruments, world is depending upon instruments. Instruments are depending upon me. I, the pramata, world is prameyam. I am pramata, the knower, who is talking about the object, the prameyam. Prameyam depending upon the pramata, through the instruments he is talking about the world. Therefore, the world is depending upon the instruments are depending upon the interpreter. Therefore, who is most important here? Prameyam is depending upon pramata, observer, perceiver, interpreter. So, interpreter is important or interpreted is important? Interpreted world is interpreted by the instruments, by the pramata, interpreter. Without interpreter, interpreted world cannot exist. Now tell me, the priority, the importance comes to pramata. So, world is secondary. Therefore, it is apekshikam. It is not atyantika satyam, it is apekshika satyam. It is less real than the pramata. Prameyam, the objective world, is less real than the pramata, the observer. Clear? Now, is this pramata is absolute or not? Next question. This argument done by whom? This Gaudapadacharya. Prameyam Jagat exists, dependently exists upon the observer, experiencer, knower, pramata, subject. This is object. So objective world can never exist without the subject. This you know already. I have already explained this. This pramata is the one who is giving existence to the world. So world is less real than pramata. Okay? It is not atyantika satyam, not absolute reality. Who is absolute reality from the standpoint of the world? Pramata is more real. Pramata is the more real entity than the world, which is objective world. Now, who is this pramata? This pramata is absolute. Then this 11th Karika, the student is asking, tell me who is real now? World is not real, you are negating. Is this person who is interpreting the world, is this interpreter, is real, is absolute? For that Gaudapadacharya says, pramata is also not real. Because pramata is always associated with either gross body or subtle body or causal body. Pramata, when you say knower of what? Knower of gross world, knower of subtle world, knower of causal world. To see gross world, you have to use instruments again. To see gross world, you have to use instruments again. When I, the Turiya Atma, use the gross world, gross instruments to see the gross world, I am Vishwaha. Vishwa Pramata, I am. When I am seeing the subtle world with the subtle instruments, dream. Dream world is subtle. With subtle mind, I am projecting and I am seeing my own mind projection with subtle instruments. Therefore, I am Taijasa. In causal, deep sleep, I am neither experiencing gross nor experiencing the subtle. I am in a potential form with a identity with the causal body. Therefore, I am Prajnaha there. So, I, the Pramata as Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna, I can never be absolute. Minus experiencer minus Thula Shariram is Turiya Atma Satyam. Experiencer minus Sukshma Shariram is Turiya Atma Satyam. Experiencer minus Karana Shariram, Turiya Atma is Satyam. Therefore, Turiya Atma Aham is Satyam minus Shariratrayam. That alone is Satyam. Absolute truth. Now, how many are there here? Turiya Atma, Shariratrayam, Jagat. Shariratrayam experience, Prapanchatrayam. Tattva Bodha. Now you know why Tattva Bodha? Very, very important. Turiya Atma, I am Chaturtha Padaha. Who am I? Nantah pragnam, na bahish pragnam, no bhayata pragnam, na pragnam, na prajnanagnam, na pragnam, adrishyam avyavaharyam, agrahyam alakshanam, achintyam avyapadeshyam, ekatma pratyasaram, aham turiya atma. Much vanga kudadu, middle. 7th mantra is like that. I am the Turiya Atma. When I associate with the three bodies, I am getting the three names, Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna. Vishwa, as Vishwa, I interact with Virat. As Taijasa, I interact with Hiranyagarbha. As Prajna, I interact with Antaryami. Therefore, three bodies interact with the three worlds, Prapanchatrayam. Nama Rupa. Total level Nama Rupa, individual level Nama Rupa. All are depending upon, superimposed, created by me, the Turiya Atma. Look into the 12th Karika now. Up to here we saw in the last class. Now the 12th Karika is very, very important. Then who is the cause of this creation? Prapanchatrayam, Shariratrayam. Who is the cause? For that, Gaudapadacharya says, question by the student in the 11th Karika. Ubhayorapi Vaitatyam Bhedanam Sthanayor Yadi Etan Budhyate Bhedan Kaha. Kaha Budhyate? Who is the knower of all this Swapna Prapancha and Jagrat Prapancha? Bhedan means Padarthan. Who is that? Kaha? Tesham Vikalpakaha. Who is the one who is superimposing all this, or who is creating all this? Tell me now. Sishya is asking. I am waiting for that question only. Gaudapadacharya is very happy. He is giving answer. 12th Karika. 12, 13, 16. Gaudapadacharya talks about order of creation. Kalpayatyatmanatmanam Atma Deva Swamayaya Sa eva budhyate bhedan Iti Vedanta Nischayah. Who is the creator of this universe? Devaha. Deva is the creator of this universe. Who is that Devaha? Atma. Why Atma is known as Devaha? Divyati iti Devaha. The one who is self-effulgent. Div dhatu. Devaha means self-luminous, self-evident, effulgent self. Turiyam prakashate iti Devaha. The subject in artham. The subject Turiyam, who is self-effulgent. Kalpayati, projects. Who is Turiyam? Who is Turiyam? You have to discard RM, RC, and you have to say from OC standpoint, Lakshartha I am Turiyam. I am not body, mind, complex, medium RM, reflected medium RM, body. I am not. Reflected consciousness in the mind. That mind medium also I am not. Even that reflected consciousness also is not my original nature. It is a fake one. RM, RC, I am not. That Turiyam subject, I am OC, original consciousness. So when you are listening Mandukyopanishad, you have to elevate yourself, keep your chattai and the cover, the armor. What? Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, mind. Swamini, eppadi cultify panna mudiyum anna. You have to cultivy intellectually. They are only matter. Body, mind is nothing but matter. Made up of full of what? Calcium, iron, magnesium, all this is made up of. So how can I be the body? So I have to listen from the Turiya Atma standpoint, not Ahankara standpoint, not Vachyartha I, but Lakshyartha I. Not by second, primary meaning I, as wife, ordinary wife, I came from Mailapur, Mandavalli. No, you should not listen like that. You have to listen from that I am the Turiya Atma, existent consciousness principle, secondary I, Lakshartha I. Then it is relevant. Otherwise, cock and bull story madri irukum. So many bull stories we are listening, idoru cock and bull story madri. It is not a cock and bull story, it is a fact. It is a fact mattume illa. This is the fact. This is the only fact in the world no one can negate. Understand? So therefore, that self, who is that? I am the Turiya Atma, the subject. Who is, what is my name now? Devaha. When I am Turiya Atma, Atma is Devaha, I am known as Devaha. What about my other name, Swamini? That is only for interaction purpose. Your husband, mother, father they call, but your name is original Atma Devaha. Kalpayati, projects. That means what? I myself, and the I continue on irukkanenge. Illena and the Atma projects, and the Atma projects, and sollakudadu. In the Atma projects, I the Atma, self. What is the nature of Atma? Existent consciousness principle. I am, I exist, I am conscious of. What I am conscious of is matter. Who is conscious of is non-matter. It's not matter. It is spirit. Therefore, I am spirit. Existent consciousness principle, Sat Chit Ananda Swarupam, I am, projects, I project. I the subject project. What I project? Atmanam, Atmana, Swamayaya. I the Atma, the subject. Atmana, by my own mind, power, Maya Shakti. Atmana means instrument. Tritiya. Atmana Karane Tritiya. Atmana, by that Atma alone. Here Atma means myself alone. I the Atma, by myself. Atmanam. I create myself. I myself, with myself, create myself. Swamini, what you are talking, can you mean it? What do you mean it? What I mean, what I talk. No, there is meaning. Just like that, I am not blabbering. Okay. I myself, creating myself with myself. Aham Atma, Aham Atmana, Aham Atmanam Srujami. Atma Prathama Vibhakti. Atmanam Tritiya Vibhakti, object. Atmana Tritiya Vibhakti. I myself am the subject, I myself am the object, I myself am the instrument. Therefore, subject, object, instrument, three myself. This is very ascharya. What you are doing every day in your dream? You yourself creating the dream? The waker creating the dream? I am the waker alone creating the dream or not? Therefore, I am a creator, subject. Then what I create, the objects are there outside? Are there outside? Dream objects are there outside? No. I myself project the dream objects. That means objects are also myself. Who create the dream? With what you create? With my own mind I project the dream. அப்போ ட்ரீமில் சப்ஜெக்ட் நானே தான், ஆப்ஜெக்ட் நானே தான், இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட்டு நானே தான். When you are able to create ordinary human being, create a dream, subject, object, instrument, that Atma cannot create, that Atma nanga paakadungo. When I say you create the dream from Ahankara standpoint, Waker standpoint. When I say Atma means Turiya Atma standpoint. So when I give comparison, I come to Vyavaharika. When I go to Darshtanta, Ilap, Paramarthika. So you are all very familiar with Vyavaharikam. Therefore, I have to use the Vyavaharika example. What you know, I need not teach. What you know? You know dream. You know that you project the dream. You know that dream is unreal. That I need not teach here. You need not come and I need not arrange the AC hall for that. Ilya? What for we have come here? What we do not know. Therefore, known to unknown. Known to unknown. Swapna, that we know, that I project the Swapna, I know. Through that example, we have to go to Darshtanta to arrive at that Paramarthika Satyam. Just as you are the creator of your dream, you yourself become the dream, you yourself create the dream with your own instrument. Similarly, Atma by itself creates the world. World is not separate from the Atma. Atma, subject, Atmana, the instrument, Atmanam, the objective world, Kalpayati, projects. Therefore, fourth pada creates the third pada, fourth pada creates the second pada, fourth pada creates the first pada. Fourth pada associate with the gross body, create the gross world. Fourth pada associate with the second pada, subtle body, create the subtle world. Fourth pada with the causal body, with third pada, associate with the third pada, create the causal world. So objective world is created by the three bodies when Turiya is associated with bodies. I hope, I pray all the gods to this subject should enter to your mind. Look into the Karika. Atmana, Atmanam, Devaha Atma Kalpayati. Now, the Turiya Atma, when I associate with the causal body, I am Prajnaha. I am Prajnaha. Adi clear then? Turiya Atma associated with the third pada, I am Prajnaha. My name is Prajnaha. With the causal body Prajnaha, I create Antaryami Ishvaraha. Ishvaraha. So I myself am Atma, Atmana, Prajna Rupena, Antaryami Kalpayati. What is Antaryami? All pervading Ishvara. Objective world, Jagat. Karana Prapancha. Karana Prapancha is created by the Karana Shariram. Karana Shariram is nothing but what? Turiya Atma plus causal body. Then comes the Turiya Atma associated with the subtle body, create the subtle world, Swapna Prapancha, whole entire subtle world I project as Hiranyagarbha. I myself am Hiranyagarbha at total level. I myself am Taijasaha at individual level. Clear? Water, ocean, alone becomes the bubble. Bubble alone becomes the wave. Wave alone is nothing but water. Water alone is wave. Wave alone is bubble. Bubble at Shariratraya level. Ocean at total level. Bubble and ocean. What? Water. Sukshma Shariratrayam level like a bubble. Prapanchatrayam level is like a ocean. Names are different. Names are different. Water alone is ocean. Ocean alone is bubble. Or bubble alone is ocean. Ocean alone is water. You go this side, that side. Yenda pakkam ponalum kuda water da. Clear? So therefore, I am the consciousness principle kalpayati saha eva buddhyate bhedan iti vedanta nischayaha. Saha eva. Who is this saha? That aham. Saha eva, that turiya atma alone, that self itself experiences, buddhyate, experiences, bhedan means all objects. All objects. When I choose to operate Maya, by my Nidra Shakti, I am creating dream. By my Nidra Shakti, I am creating Vikshepa. So once Nidra Shakti comes, what? Avarana. That Avarana comes, I forget Vakerhood. Once I forget my Vakerhood by Avarana, because of Nidra Shakti, what comes? Projection? Dream. Vikshepa. This is in the dream law. Avarana, Vikshepa. What is the condition? Nidra Shakti. Nidra Shakti, now you don't get dream. You don't get dream, I hope. To get a dream, you have to go to Nidra. And the Nidra Shakti, first comes Avarana. It makes the waker to forget. Waker has to forget as waker, then only he becomes dreamer. Waker as waker, he cannot get a dream. So that Avarana makes the waker to forget as a waker. Then what that Avarana does? Now my job is over. Vikshepa, you do your job. Avarana covers the waker. Then waker became the dreamer. And the dreamer become what? Projects. Vikshepa. All dream objects he sees. Adhe madri da. Adhe madri. Here also, the Turiya Atma is as though covered by Maya Shakti. Ange Nidra Shakti. Inga Maya Shakti. Once Maya Shakti is covering, this waker, what he does? Waker's Avarana Shakti covers. Once it covers, this Turiya Atma forgets itself as Turiya Atma. Once Turiya Atma forgets, only these objects can be created. Vikshepa Shakti can come. So, Maya Shakti, ange Nidra Shakti. Inge tally pandukongo. Nidra Shakti, inge Maya Shakti. Ange Nidra Shakti, Avarana covers the waker. And therefore, he becomes the dreamer. Here, Maya Shakti covers the Turiya Atma. Maya Shakti covers the Turiya Atma. Once they covers the Turiya Atma, who comes? Waker comes. What Waker does? Vikshepa. Maya Shakti covers the Turiyam as it were. Once the Turiya status you forget, the Waker arise. What Waker does? Vikshepa. Vikshepa Moolamada, he sees all the objects. Saha buddhyate. The Waker sees. Who is real Waker? Waker is really Turiya Atma only. Who is the dreamer? Waker only, no. Who is the Waker here? Turiyam. Who is the Turiya Atma? Naneda. Buddhyate. I, the self. That self is there in the book. How you have to translate? I, myself, experiences the objects, Bhedan. Are you experiencing the Bhedan or not? Are you experiencing the flower? What color? White? Are you experiencing? Bhedan buddhyate? Associated with what body? Sthula Shariram. When you are associated with Sthula Shariram, you are Vaker. Vaker has forgotten what? Turiya Atma. But the Vaker is none other than Turiyam. Turiyam alone appearing as Vaker, knowing the flower, object. Buddhyate Bhedan. Turiya Atma alone I have, just as the Vaker forgotten seeing the dream. There is no dreamer other than Vaker. Yes or no? Swamini, I am enjoying. I hope you are also enjoying. So, Vaker alone is the dreamer. Therefore, Turiyam alone is the Vaker. Vaker buddhyate, Turiya Atma Vaker Rupena buddhyate. Vaker dreamer Rupena buddhyate, dream. Turiya Atma Vaker Rupena buddhyate. Okay. Iti, who says? Not myself. Vedanta Nishchayaha. All our Vedic scriptures are proclaiming, declaring. This is the consistent, conclusive teaching of our Vedantic scriptures. Vishesha Vijnana Rahita Samanya Chaitanyam Aham Turiyam. Alone become with body-mind complex. This is fun for me. No? I, the Atma, just have a fun. Next Karika. 13th Karika. Vikarotya paran bhavan antaschitye vyavasthitan niyatascha bahischittah evam kalpayate prabhuh. All are very, very terse Karikas. Just as the Vishwa, Vaker, create the Traijasa, dreamer, Turiya Atma, by Maya Shakti, and I put Kongo. Just as I, the Vaker, Vishwa, create the Taijasa, dreamer, by my Nidra Shakti, just as I, the Vaker, create, I, the Vaker, Vishwaha, create the Taijasa dreamer by my Nidra Shakti. Similarly, I, the Turiya Atma, by my Maya Shakti, I, the Turiya Atma, by my Maya Shakti, or Prajnaha, create the entire universe. What universe? Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Prapancha, Kalpayami. Turiya Atma, I, myself, am by my Maya Shakti, create the entire Karyapada, Karanapada. Karyapada, Karanapada. Karyapada means Sthula, Sukshma. Karana means Karana, causal. I myself. What is nothing but Karya means gross names and forms, subtle names and subtle forms, Nama Rupa. Sthula Nama Rupa, Sukshma Nama Rupa. Karana means what? Sthula Sukshma in Avyakta form is Karana Nama Rupa. Potential, unmanifest name and form is called Karana Nama Rupa. Vyakta Karana Nama Rupa is Karyam. Karya Nama Rupa means visible, tangible name and form is Sthula Sukshma. Visible is very gross And mind visible, perceivable is subtle. Nama Rupa in unmanifest form, Karana. Karya, Karana resting upon whom? Karana, Karya resting. Pradhama Pada, Dvitiya Pada, Tritiya Pada resting upon whom? Turiya Atma, me. I, the Turiya Atma, me, is the cause for waker, dreamer and sleeper. I myself become the waker, I myself become the dreamer, I myself become the sleeper. I myself become the gross world, I myself become the subtle world, I myself become the causal world. I means which I? Turiya Atma, I. Because we are all very much entrenched with the body-mind complex. அதனால நமக்கு என்னமோ மாதிரி இருக்கும். But this is very simple. For thinking people it is simple. Non-thinking people என்னமே புரியாது. But thinking people this is something to understand. Worth to understand. Mind-boggling subject matter this is. It's not like popcorn eating, time pass. No? Making the mind so puzzling, no? It's like a puzzle, madre. Look into the Karika. Prabhuhu vikaroti vikaran aparan bhavan vyavasthitan antaha chitte. Prabhuhu means that same Devaha here, Prabhu. Prakarshena bhavanam. The one who appears in manifold ways is called Prabhuhu. The self creates. Prabhuhu maya sahita turiyaha. Prabhuhu maya sahita turiyaha. Or prajnaha. Or ishvaraha. Prajna is at an individual level. Ishvara Antaryami is a total level. That's all. Is it not? Therefore, Prabhuhu means Maya Sahita Turiyaha is equal to Prajnaha, is equal to Ishvaraha, is equal to Tritiyav Padaha. Vikaroti. Vikaroti means creates. Sankalpaha tapasa chiyate brahma. So kamayata bahusyam prajayeti satapo tapyata satapastaptva idagum sarvam asrujata tat srishtva tadevanupravishat tadanupravishya tatyatyacha bhavati niruktancha niruktancha nilayanancha nilayanancha satyancha satyam abhavat. Taitriyam teraf tapasa chiyate brahma Mandukyopanishad. Or kama, a desire, imagination, conceptualization. Conceptualization. Tapasa chiyate. Visualization, imagination, kalpana, vikaroti. What? Aparan bhavan. The mundane dream objects. Antaha chitte vyavasthitan. I, the Turiya Atma, alone have created the dream objects. Where are they? Antaha chitte. They are in my mind, within mind. Within the mind means Maya Natham. Being the introvert, I create a part of my potential power or potential portion I create myself. In the same way, I, the Turiya Atma, just as I create the dream, same way, tatha niyatancha bahicchittaha kalpayate. With an outward mind, niyatan means well-defined objects I project. There are 4 types of padarthas. நமக்கு ஒரு பதார்த்தம் தான் தெரியும், பக்ஷந்தான். Padarthas are 4 types. First one is apara padartha. Objects of the world are 4 types. Apara padartha means inferior things, laukika, mundane objects. Laukika padartha, apara padartha. Second one is parapadartha. Parapadartha means all the religious superior things, objects. Veda, Agama, Sambandha objects. Third one is Aniyata Padartha, fluctuating things. There are certain objects which are fluctuating, very, very fleeting in nature. Like lightning, bubble, all are very, very few seconds they stay. Bubbles like lightning, and which are all very few seconds they live. Then fourth is niyata padartha, long living things. Long living things. Inanimate or animate. Mountains, they are long time they stay. The entire cosmos you can classify into 4 types of padarthas: superior, inferior, or inferior, superior, fluctuating, and long living padarthas, long staying padarthas. All of them. Niyatan means well defined, clear, long living padarthas. Superior objects also we create. A dream or a long time or a short time? Short time. That's the aniyata padartha. Now goes to that 16th Karika. So who creates every entire universe? Aidi Turiya Atma ni sollano. When you show to you, this hand has to cross how many layers? 5 layers. And 5 கோஷங்களை தாண்டி போகணும். நான் சொன்னது அன்னமய கோஷ தாண்டி, பிராணமய கோஷ தாண்டி, மனோமய கோஷ தாண்டி, விஜயானமய கோஷ தாண்டி, ஈவன் ஆனந்தமய கோஷ தாண்டி போகணும். அப்போதான் அந்த நான்ங்கிறது மீனிங்ஃபுல். இல்லைன்னா நம்ம இங்கே கேட்டுன்னு இருக்கோம், நம்ம பையன் எப்படி இருக்கா, நம்ம பொண்ணு எப்படி இருக்கா. அப்படி கேட்டா இதெல்லாம் ஜஸ்ட் ஜோக். இந்த 5 கோஷாஸ் தாண்டி if I listen, மையேவ சகலம் ஜாதம் மை சர்வம் பிரதிஷ்டிதம், entire universe is resting upon me. I am thinking my mamiar is controlling me. I am thinking I am supported by mamiar, supported by husband, my mamiar is controlling. I am only controlling the entire universe. Who can control me? Aidi Turiya Atma controlling the entire universe, Nama Rupa Prapancha. Therefore, Nama Rupa Prapancha is lesser order of reality, cannot touch me, the Turiya Atma. Engirika Dukkam Sollungo. Sorrow, where is sorrow? Jivam kalpayate purvam tato bhavan pruthagvidhan bahyānādhyātmikāscaiva yatha vidyastatha smritihi. Prajñah, the self, kalpayate jivam. The self projects the jiva. Existence of Jagat depends upon the jiva. Existence of Jagat depends upon the jiva. Jiva depends upon Turiya Atma. That we'll see in the next class. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.